Now, one thing I'm going to grade. I'm going to try to keep it brief, because there is going to be something more coming out about this. But Undisputed, my God, that game has me brief. So Undisputed is a boxing game, but that's the thing. It's a boxing game. I'm not talking about UFC. I'm not talking about fighting.
I know what you're talking about because they showed this off at PAX East last year.
Yeah, because we caught Win like an earshot of a dude covering the game as well too. So I was like, this is how when I saw that game, I'm like, we gotta get Alante to play this game. And then when I saw that over there, I'm like, oh, this is perfect.
Bro, that game is so magnificent. So again, it's already good enough when you have, because I said we haven't had a good boxing game in years. The last boxing game we had was Fight Night Champion, which came out over a decade ago. If I'm not mistaken, 14 years ago was when the last time we had a boxing game come out. So for this to come out, so yeah, actually put in perspective, Fight Night Champions came out on the Xbox 360. So we went basically 2 generations without a boxing game. This comes out and boy did they do good.
It's been 14 years.
Yes. So and they did it good. So you still got, if you know about fighting, you still got kind of like the total fight control, which is a throwback terminology, which means that you got your right stick that does all your punches, from your uppercuts to your hooks to your straights to your jabs. You got your haymakers, your body hits. But the thing, this game also takes what Fight Night did and capitalizes it and does it better. The fact of it being, you still got your corner game, which lets you, you still got your dude in the corner. You see how much damage he's got. You still got them doing the recovery. But you also get a little bit more intricate detail that Fight Night did not do. You have your heart rate meter, lets you know how much, how far you're going, like how hard you're hitting, like how much, basically like how tired you are as you're going through the fight. So like as you're starting to fight off, you start off at 120 BPM, beats per minute, and you're throwing your punches. Your punches are a little bit more snapped, they're quicker, they hit harder. As you get deeper and deeper, sometimes now your heart rate starts sitting at a good 140, going up to 180. The higher it goes up, so your punches get. Your dude's getting tired, and you're more susceptible to getting knocked down. You can go from having full health to being tired. Get one clean hit to your liver, you're going to sleep. And another thing that this game does is you can take a knee. We've never been able to take a knee in any of the boxing games. So when you take a knee in boxing, you're going down to prevent yourself getting knocked down by your opponent. So granted, yes, it does still count as a knockdown, but you're still just kind of like, okay, I'm taking 10 seconds to, taking a couple seconds to get to myself, to breathe, get back on my feet, and kind of get myself back up and move. But that's just talking about what's going on in the game. What's going on further behind the scenes in terms of character selection. We have some GOATs in this game. I mean, we got some heavy hitters. You got, going down with the greatest of all time being Muhammad Ali. You got Joe Frazier. You got Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. You got Deontay Wilder. You got Tyson Fury. You still got you got Sean Porter. You got Joe Louis, who there's so many people nowadays who don't know about Joe Louis, and he's in the game. So this game has it all for people who are currently in the world of boxing, and people who's further outside the world who just knows about, oh, this is only what was going on back in the day. And they did such a good job with this. I'm getting this game no matter what. You're going to see me get this game. This is phenomenal.
And then speaking of Sean Porter, you also talked to Sean Porter too.
Yes, so I don't know if you're listening. If you are, Safari, you are an angel. You are an angel. So I know, just kind of let me get a little quick peek behind the scenes. Safari is one of the people who was working with Undisputed. She went out of her way. She set up every opportunity I had to talk to these people. She actively was running around the con, looking for me and looking for David, saying, I finally found you guys. I want to set up an interview with you guys. Can I do that for you? She was amazing. I got to see him. I got to interview him. Sean Porter is from Las Vegas, Nevada, and what's on top of that as well is he's a former champion. This dude is no Joe Schmo. This is a heavy hitting dog, and he hits just as heavy as he does in the game. Real cool dude, real nice, awesome dude, and had the opportunity to speak with him and interview him. just dude, I got a smile coming back on my face. I could not stop grinning the entire time I was there. I had up this booth basically every day at PAX.
Yep.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Alante's all over this." So
Yeah, guaranteed.
yeah, glad we got
just
to.
Just watching Alante from behind the camera, I'm like, you know that I feel it.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
But yes, phenomenal game. Please check it out. Please check it out. They put some dedication behind this game that you don't get to see. The reason why we don't have a lot of boxing games is because unlike how there is with like NBA, how it is like NFL, and even like the UFC, each one of these people, they're not contracted under one brand. You have to go to every single one of these fighters and contract them individually to get the likeness put into these games, which is why nobody else has done it but EA. This is the first company to step up to that box, take a swing and say, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And they did it. And not only that, but he got some good names, some prime names, some old names. They did some work on this. Love them for it.
Yeah, there's been people that have been like wondering where the next boxing game is gonna look, cause like not UFC, but like a boxing game. So it's cool that this one exists, because I feel like this is gonna get some. This is gonna be a sleeper hit in the sports gaming space for sure.
I'm gonna say something controversial. Between boxing and MMA, I like boxing more. To me, boxing takes a little bit more skill than you get when it comes down to MMA. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not saying like, oh, therefore I like waffles, therefore I hate pancakes. It's not that type of case. Don't get me wrong. MMA is still good. I still enjoy me some MMA. But what I'm also saying is, boxing is a completely different skill. It's a completely different skill than what you end up taking when you come down against MMA. The fact that we have this, and it's a sport, and just like the little bit more technicality that you got to get behind following the time of boxing game is dope, because you don't have like, okay, you can like, okay, I'm not good at striking, so I'm good at the ground game. Let me just get them down to my level. No, there's no ground game in there's no ground game in boxing. It's just either I'm good with my fist or I'm not.
Yep.
So it's a little bit more tactile. It takes a little bit more skill, because yeah, it's like a smaller range of skill, but everybody's on the same fighting ground. You can go into MMA and not be good at grappling, but be a good striker, and you're good on that. Go into MMA, not be a good striker, but you got good ground game, and that's fine. This, you don't have a choice. You need to have a good striking game. If you don't, you're gonna be looking up at those lights, wondering why is he counting up to 10.
Oops, all strikers.